Hello everybody and welcome to the fourth video of my birthday week series where I'm choosing my favourite songs by my favourite bands from any genre. Now I put up a poll over a month ago saying, what should be the theme of my birthday videos, and I put up options like my favourite songs, metal, my favourite songs from any genre, favourite bands from any genre, etc. And overwhelmingly, favourite songs, any genre, won out. So I had to then sit down and try and figure out a list of favourite songs. And the list was so expansive that it was hard to whittle it down. So I've had to force myself to limit myself down to 14 songs. So I'm doing 2 videos a day for a week. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do one metal band and one non-metal band per day, trying to mix things up a bit. Now, earlier today we had Depeche Mode, and a hugely underrated song, Blasphemous Rumours. So what we're going to look at today for the metal song is Insomnium. Now I have covered this band quite a few times on this channel. I've covered them I think 5 times, as recently as I think maybe 1 or 2 years ago. But we've never looked at my favourite Insomnium track, which is the track Ephemeral. I absolutely love this track, and I mean, I mentioned this when we looked at the Moon Sorrow video. I wanted to do a vocal cover of this track as well, because, every time this song comes on, I cannot stop myself from singing along to it. I'm going to have to force myself to whilst watching this video, but normally I cannot stop myself from belting this song out every time it comes on, because I think it's such a good piece of music. So, yeah. It is a lyric video. There isn't much of a video for this track, unfortunately, but it's an absolutely fantastic track by one of my favourite bands. I think Insomnium are an outstanding band. Every track I've heard by them is just great. Or tell a lie, they did a 3-disc album a little while ago, which was a little bit odd. I still liked it, but it was a little bit odd. It wasn't very Insomnium-like, but it was still good. But anyway, like I said, Ephemeral by Insomnium. Outstanding track. Now, obviously, as I have covered this band before, we don't need to talk about who they are. So we'll jump to it. But before we get to that, if you could take a moment to like and subscribe, it would really, really be helpful to me and the channel. As it is, not even 2% of people watching my videos are actually subscribed. And that's a little bit disheartening because I've been doing this for 6 years. So, a like and a subscribe would really, really be helpful. It doesn't cost you anything, and it takes just a fraction of a second, and it would make the biggest difference. But anyway, let's move on from that and jump into this track. So, Ephemeral by Insomnium.
Darkness, we see lights, no edge.
fucking love that song. It's such a good song. I cannot help but get carried away every time I listen to that track, and like I said, it takes a hell of a lot for me to actually stop myself singing along to that one. It is so hard, because that when that chorus comes in, it just really grabs you, or it does for me anyway. It like really grabs me, and I just really want to go full bore and just growl along with it, because I love the way the chorus comes in, because there's that sort of very brief pause, that sort of very brief silence before the chorus drops in, before the music comes back in, and the chorus itself is so catchy, it just I just love this track so much. It's so good. But anyway, calm now. Basically, the title of the song says it all. Ephemeral. Nothing lasts forever. Everything is fleeting. It doesn't matter what you achieve, what you gain, what life brings. It is all temporary. It's really not that important. That's basically what it is. And it opens with: darkness is ignorance, knowledge is light, fight only with yourself or the shadows of the night. Darkness is ignorance, knowledge is light, fight only with yourself or the shadows of the night. So darkness is ignorance is sort of like, well, if you're ignorant, you're blind to the world, so you can't see anything, you can't see the truth ahead of you, you're not paying attention to the things that are, the things that matter. Knowledge is light, it's illuminating, it expands your mind, it allows you to see further expanses of existence, of the world. Fight only with yourself or the shadows of the night. So the only competition you have essentially is yourself. You're the only one imposing limitations on yourself. So all you've got to do is fight with yourself to find more knowledge, to find more out about the world, sort of thing. So you've only got yourself to fight with, or the shadows of the night. You're basically fighting ignorance. Fighting against ignorance, educate yourself, sort of thing. And it goes: for this life will break you, years will wear you down, and every day you die a little until the shadows will take you. So, for this life will break you. Life is difficult. There's no argument there. Years will wear you down. As we get older, things become more difficult for us. Whether it's movement, whether it's our mental health, whatever. Years of essentially abuse, as it were. Everyday wear and tear. It will take its toll on you. And it will make life more and more difficult as you progress further on. Every day you die a little. That's true of everybody. Every day is one step closer to death, essentially. Until the shadows will take you. Until the end, essentially. Then it goes into that incredible chorus. Like I said, there's just that sort of briefest pause in the music. That very brief silence before the chorus just drops in. And it goes: dying doesn't make this world dead to us. Breathing doesn't keep the flame alive in us. Dreaming doesn't make time less real for us. One life, one chance, all ephemeral. So, dying doesn't make this world dead to us. So, the world still carries on after we've gone. And there will still be people who think of us, remember us after we're gone. The world might seem temporary to us because, we don't get... because eventually we are no longer part of it. We don't get to appreciate it for eternity. But it still exists after we stop. Breathing doesn't keep the flame alive in us. So that seems to be just existing. Doesn't... breathing... you'll be alive, yes, but it doesn't keep the flame alive. There isn't that sort of passion for life, that love for life. Breathing is just, you're there, like if you were, heaven forbid, in a coma on a life support machine, you're still breathing, but there's no consciousness there. Breathing doesn't mean anything. It means you are alive, yes, but it doesn't mean you're living. You know, it doesn't mean you're enjoying life to its fullest, sort of thing. Dreaming doesn't make time less real for us. So, now, could that be dreaming in the literal sense of, you know, whilst you're asleep, you know, doesn't make time less real because time still passes whilst we are in a dream state? Or could it be, you know, ambitions for the future? You know, you might have these ambitions, you might think they never come to fruition, but if you don't take them, you know, eventually it's going to pass you by. You know, too much time is going to have gone by, so you're not going to be able to achieve said dreams. Don't know. But it says there, one life, one chance, all ephemeral. So you've got one life, you've got one chance at this life. You know, everything is fleeting, everything disappears, everything ends. You know, so make the most of your life whilst you have it. Make the most of what's around you whilst you are here. Don't let it all pass you by. Don't let it just disappear. You know, make the most of it. You've got one life, you've got one chance to make the most of that life, so make the most of it, because all life is fleeting. You know, it is ephemeral, it will not last forever. And then it goes into the darkness is ignorance, knowledge is light, fight only with yourself or the shadows of the night. All the pain and suffering will dispirit or feed you. For each and every time your failures will craft you. When the fear of them is gone, fear is gone. I like this. I like these. I love what this song means. You know, it's like, don't let this world beat you down. Don't let it drag you down. Don't let this world destroy you. You know, make the most of life. Enjoy your life whilst you have it. You know, because it says all the pain and suffering will dispirit or feed you. So all the difficulties you have to go through in life, because we all do go through difficulties in life, will either make you depressed, make you give up, you know, will make you think, what's the point? Or all the things that you've struggled, all the difficulties you've endured will spur you on to achieve more. It's like, I've been through the rough patch, I'm determined to make my life better. So he's going, all the pain and suffering, all the difficulties you've been through will either make you give up or spur you on to do more. It's up to you to choose which one. You've only got one chance at this, so, you know, make sure you choose the right one. Don't get dispirited, don't give up on everything. You've got to choose the other option. Forge forward, push on, make the most of your life. And it says, for each and every time your failures will craft you. Again, you know, anything you do in life could either succeed or it could fail. And if you do fail, you can, again, either let that, you know, make you think, I give up, or it will spur you on to try again and push forward and try more. You know, every time your failures will craft you. So again, it's up to you. Do you choose to give up, or do you choose to forge forward and try again? And when the fear of them is gone, fear is gone. You know, when you no longer fear failure, when you no longer fear things going wrong, when you embrace that, you know, hey, these things happen, I'm going to carry on. Once you've got to that point where you're like, right, it might go wrong, but I'm still going to carry on, I'm still going to try regardless, then you've got nothing to worry about. You know, you can carry on, forge forward, you know that you're making the most of what you're doing. And then back into that chorus. Dying doesn't make this world dead to us. Breathing doesn't keep the flame alive in us. Dreaming doesn't make time less real for us. One life, one chance, all ephemeral. We stumble and hover at the edge of the world. One life, one chance, that's all we have. So we stumble and hover at the edge of the world. So is that like we're sort of blindly stumbling through life, you know, and we're right on the precipice? You know, we could of either success or failure. You know, you've got one life, one chance. That's all we've got. Make the most of it. Never walk away. Turn your back on yourself. One life, one chance. That's all we have. So don't walk away. Don't turn your back on yourself. Don't give up. Basically, that's what he's saying. You know, don't give up. Push forward. Forge forward. You've only got this one life. Make the most of it. Do everything you possibly can to make this life worthwhile. And then it goes back into that chorus. Dying doesn't make this world dead to us. Breathing doesn't keep the flame alive in us. Dreaming doesn't make time less real for us. One life, one chance, all ephemeral. Ephemeral. And there you go. And like I said, I just love this track. I mean, I love the meaning behind it. It's like, life is fleeting, make the most of your life. Enjoy it whilst you can, because, you know, tomorrow is never promised. You know, bad things can happen. So make the most of your life whilst you have it. You know, do that thing you're scared to do. Take that chance, because if you never do, you know, you'll end up regretting it. You know, you might have regrets at the end of your life. You might be laying there on your deathbed going, I wish I'd done this, I wish I'd done that, I wish I'd gone to see this person, I wish I'd visited that country, I wish I'd done this, that and the other. You know, you don't want to die with regrets, so make the most of the life that you have. Don't just sit there, sitting on your ass, doing nothing, letting life pass you by, because you only get the one chance. And, you know, it's fleeting, it will go, and there's nothing you can do to stop that. So make the most of it. You know, I love it. It's a very positive message. And the song itself is actually really quite upbeat. You know, it's quite fast. It's got this sort of almost positive feel to it. I mean, the vocals themselves sound quite harsh, but it's almost like someone shouting in your face, come on! I don't know why I sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger there. You know, they're sort of going, come on, make the most of it. Come on, get up and live your life. You know, this is a wonderful time to be alive. Enjoy it. You know, there's basically someone going, come on, you know, just live. It's great. Try it. You know, and, you know, it's a fantastic song. Like I say, I struggle to not sing along to this every time I listen to it. So, I absolutely love it. You know, Insomnium is one of my favourite bands. You know, again, their music is just outstanding. And this song in particular is exceptional. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. But I don't know what else I can actually say about that, so I'll leave that as it is. And we're back. Yeah, I don't know what else I can say about that, so I'll leave that as it is. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like or a subscribe, because it really, really would help me out. You know, as it stands at the moment, not even 2% of people watching my videos are actually subscribed, and that's kind of disheartening, because I've been doing this for about 6 years, and, you know, I like to think I'm bringing something different to the table than most other reactors. You know, they'll listen to the track and they'll go, yeah, I like it, or no, I didn't like it. Very few people will actually talk about the song. I mean, if you didn't sit there and read the lyrics to this song, would you know what the song was about? Or would you just be listening to the song, not thinking that it actually had such a positive meaning to it? You know, very few, barely any other reaction channels actually talk about what a song means. You know, and all too often people label heavy metal as evil and angry and aggressive, but then you've got songs like this which have got such a positive message to it. You know, how many people would know about that if, you know, they didn't take the time to actually sit there and read the lyrics and understand what it was about? Not very many. And, you know, I want to try and help dissolve that misconception that heavy metal is all about evil and violence, because it's not. I mean, I've covered over 800 and odd songs on this channel, and most of them have been quite positive message-wise. You know, talking about saving the earth, talking about depression, talking about, you know, suicidal ideation, you know, trying to help people through tough times, talking about veterans that have been left out on the streets and what we can do to stop that sort of thing. You know, a lot of heavy metal actually has quite a positive message. But many people don't know that. Many people don't understand that because they don't take the time to understand what the song is, which is what I like to think I bring. So, you know, I put in all this time, I put in all this research into these tracks, and I'm uploading these videos, and nobody's watching them. Nobody's liking and subscribing, you know, and as a result of that, they're not getting recommended to people. They're getting lost in the algorithm, and, you know, it's kind of disheartening. So, you know, if you could take a moment to like and subscribe, it really would mean the world to me. It'd make the biggest difference to this channel. It doesn't cost you anything. It takes a fraction of a second, and it does make a really big difference. But that's all I've got for you today. Thank you all very, very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.